All right, so recently Kendrick Lamar performed at the Super Bowl, which is let's just say it's like the UEFA Champions League final of America. Yeah, like in terms of their sports events and whatnot, it's a half, and they usually do have a halftime show. So the halftime show is usually when they get a big artist, or let's say very big artist, so that they can come and perform, entertain the fans, give them something to sing about. So Kendrick Lamar performed his very famous song, Not Like Us. And then there's a bit of it was boring, other people say it was great, but I just wanted to give my two piece. Yes, the song is, yes, it's a diss track. It's a very entertaining song, but it came out in like 2024. This is 2025. I'm not hating on Kendrick, but I do feel he could have played swimming pools, bro. He could have played swimming pools. I mean, that was his hit song. He could have played that. And I think the problem is, rather than entertaining, he decided to make it more about sending a message to Drake, and once again sending a message to black people, which is usually about oppression and how white people do bad thing to black people and whatnot. Here's the thing: I'm getting tired of these messages because people saying, "No, man, if you don't get the message, you're not with us." Like, the crowd was filled with both black and white people. If white people don't get it, I don't see a problem, because the message is, if it's specified to black people, why would you be surprised if a white person doesn't understand it? They don't understand that struggle. I understand you're bringing a message, but that's a place where people usually go to be entertained. Like, I understand you're trying to bring out societal problems, but this is one thing, and this is another thing that I really hate about artists and famous people. They'll be like, "No, man, we're sending a message, we got it," but they don't do anything ever. They'll give you all the. It's like watching a Marvel movie, because you always have to look for Easter eggs and whatnot. That's what you have to do, because even his performance, you'd have to listen to about five songs to understand what this one is about. It's the same thing when you watch a Marvel movie, you have to watch at least maybe like 15 other Marvel movies just to understand one. I think people there just went to get entertained, and I knew that we all know Kendrick is petty, but let's not pretend that he actually meant what he was doing, because that's just to, make the show seem unique. If you really want to send a message, do something. Don't just like don't just make a dance, you put Easter eggs, you say stuff to make it seem as if you are, standing up for actually do something. Even okay, I'm sure most of you like watch football. Marcus Rashford, he's a football player. But in 2021, he started a foundation, something like that, a charity to feed children. Yes, he's a footballer. You don't see him sending messages on the pitch about, no. He just said, okay, I've seen some children, they're not doing too well. He started feeding children. Even Alex Iwobi takes time to go and feed children. Ronaldo has made so many football academies. He's donated to so many, he even donates his own blood. I mean, most of these footballers don't even have to send a message. What they just do, they go, they help people, and they come back. They don't like make songs about it, because they just realize they do it out of the goodness of their heart. If we really wanted to do something, we would have heard of it by now. And I'm starting to see why, because I'm starting to see why at first people are like, no, Lil Wayne should have been there, but I saw his WrestleMania performance. I think, not to disrespect Lil Wayne, but his time has come. Because if you watch his WrestleMania 40 performance, that's not how he perform music. They even had to cut him off. So yeah, I think they could have done a better job. But I just wish he played songs like Swimming Pools. Or if you really wanted to get more shock value, you could have come with Drake. You could have gone with Drake, maybe performed Poetic Justice or some other song that you featured with each other. That would have made headlines. But I know it's a beef, but I do feel you had better songs to play. Not Like Us, it's a nice song. And the fact that he even managed to get Serena Williams, but I would be worried. Why is she trying to make her ex feel bad? It's been like 10 years. Not to say anything about Serena Williams, though, it feels strange. I'm not a Kendrick hater, I'm not a Drake hater, but you have to look at this from the other perspective. And some other people say that it wasn't really as entertaining as it would have. Because I think the problem is that he was trying to send a message rather than actually trying to perform. I think that's where, I don't know, maybe he didn't have to be that petty, but you know what? He's the king of pettiness. But that's my 2 cents. I do feel like if you want to send a message, do something. Don't just like make people dance in a certain way, wear certain things so that they can see what you're trying to say. Just do it. Just do it. I've seen so many people donate and do they just do it. They don't have to make some, they just do it. If you want to do something for black people, just do it. And why is it every time there's always a message about black people, it's always about what's this thing called again? Oppression. No, black people are oppressed. You have BET, a channel that specifically shows mainly black movies, black music, black entertainment that's usually headed by black people. How would you be oppressed if you have your own channel? If you look at sports, let's say football, you could say top performing players, Vinny Jr., Jude Bellingham. Let's see, who else? I know there are a lot of very good performing. Okay, but we know that in sports, black players are performing like mad. Even in basketball, LeBron James, some other players, just I don't follow it as much. Yeah, that's the thing. With black people, they excel when it comes to entertainment. Entertainment industry, we are number one. But when it comes to stuff like science, and that's where we get a bit slow. Improving the community, that's where white people excel. So black people excel at entertainment, and white people usually excel that. I don't understand into that racist, but that's one thing that I've noticed. Because every time we hear about a scientific discovery, it's usually a white person. I'm not saying black people don't discover things, but in most of the times, we do hear it's a white person. But in terms of entertainment, we usually see black people on those lists. So that's just something to think about. Otherwise, yeah, it was fun to see. And I did take long to upload this because I wanted to see more news about the stuff. Otherwise, Drake seems to be living his best life. And I'm sure there'll be more stuff that comes out about this. For the meantime, peace.